Hello everyone, my name is Prosper, and in this video I'm going to be walking you through Zoho Booking. So this is going to be a complete tutorial on Zoho Booking where we are going to be looking at how to create an account on Zoho Bookings, how to set up your bookings and your appointments. I'm also going to be walking you through some of the important setup you need to do within your Zoho Booking account to make sure you get the best out of Zoho Booking. Okay, so if that interests you, do make sure you watch the video to the end. Make sure you don't skip any part of it. Okay, and then before we get into it, if you are wondering what Zoho Booking is, now you might have heard of the word Zoho before, but for the Zoho Booking is actually one of the services that Zoho provides. It can Zoho provide a wide range of other services from sales to CRM, and booking is actually one of them. And what it does that it allows you as a business owner or as a solopreneur to create an appointment or a booking system that your clients and then your customers can easily book an appointment with you. Okay, so anything that has to do with meeting, anything that has to do with appointment, with Zoho Booking you can achieve all of that. Either you want to do an online booking, an offline booking, a phone call booking, anything that has to do with appointment booking, just know that Zoho Booking can make that happen for you. So that's what I'm going to be walking you through in the course of this video. So if you are new here, please kindly take out time to subscribe to the channel. It's absolutely free to subscribe. So just look below the video. You'll see the option to subscribe. You kindly go ahead and click it right now. All right, so we are waiting for those that are here to subscribe. So kindly go ahead and click on that subscribe button so that we can get into the video. All right, so thank you very much if you have just subscribed. So I really appreciate it. So with that, now let's head over to Zoho dashboard and get started with the tutorial. So right now I'm currently on Zoho homepage. So to come over to this page, you find the link in the description, or you just see it somewhere on the screen. So you can just use this link to come over to this page. So you can see here online appointment scheduling made simple, smart, and swift. Okay. So if you remember, I said earlier that they offer a wide range of other services, because you can see it here, all products. So you can see it here. They have a whole lot of other services that they offer. So booking is just happens to be one of them. So that's what we are going to be exploring on this video. And as you can see here, you can see they have a 15 days trial. So that means once you come over to this page and you decide to sign up with Zoho for your appointments and bookings, you get 15 days free trials and no credit card required. Okay, so you need to also take note of that. And these are some other great summary of, if you go scroll through this page, it's more like a summary of what to expect. You can see your appointment scheduling dashboard. This is what the dashboard is going to look like. Once you start getting appointments or bookings, you can see everything is pretty much straightforward. You mere looking at your dashboard, you understand what each meeting is all about. And then okay, let's just scroll down. You can see it here. Even on the side of the client, it is very easy for them to book an appointment with you. There are different design and template that you can choose from. And if you have knowledge of CSS also, that's styling, you can just style your booking page, the way you feel like it's okay for you. And then it also has an advanced AI features that once you start creating an account, which you're also going to see shortly, the system will be able to detect the kind of services that you want to offer, and then it will tailor it based on those information you provide. Okay. All right, so a scheduling app that works 24/7 for your business. So these are a summary of some of the features that this Zoho Booking has. I don't want to go into details because we are going to be seeing each and every one of them in the course of this video. Okay. So here it is saying that scheduling solution to scale your business. If you're also in the healthcare, if you're in sales, and if you offer professional service. Now these are not these three are not the only service or business that you can use Zoho Bookings for. So if you come over to industries now, you can see if you offer professional service, if you're into sales, cleaning service, finance, education, healthcare, real estate, freelancers, recruitment. Okay, so and if your service is not mentioned here in particular, but if you see other service that is similar to yours, then do know that Zoho Booking will definitely work for you. And then also after watching this tutorial, also you'll be able to detect that yes, you can also make use of it. So now a quick question. So let me know in the comment section, what do you intend to do or use Zoho Booking for? What kind of service do you offer? And what are you looking forward to get from Zoho Booking? So let me know in the comment section below. So yeah, just some reviews, some testimonials from other customers. And more importantly, Zoho Booking has an app. So after you must have created your account and everything, just go ahead and go and download the app with the same login details you use when creating an account. You're also going to use to log into your Zoho account by the app, which makes it much more easier. Okay. All right. So these are just a summary. And then if you scroll down, you see there are some frequently asked questions that you can also check out. So let's see one of them. Is there a paid subscription for Zoho? Yes, Zoho offers a per user pricing model. Okay, so you can check that out in the pricing page. All right, so once you come up this page, you can check out all of these. Okay, now let's get started. Let's just sign up. So now that you're on this page, to sign up, you can just use this here. There's nothing more. So just come over here, enter your name, your email, your password, and then you click on sign up. All right, so now you can see it here. Welcome to Zoho Booking, Prosper Agbleze. Let's get your meeting ready. So here you enter your business name. Okay, so this can be the name of your organization, the name of your business, the name of your company, and the like. So let's say for the purpose of this tutorial, let me call it, let's assume I'm offering a legal service. So let me call this Capital City legal services. Okay, so if you have a website, okay, so you can put your website here. Well, if you don't have a website, you can just leave it blank. Now here is where you're going to select your currency. Okay, so let's say mine is currently in Nigerian naira, so let me just leave it like that. But if you're working with other currencies, you can easily put that here. Okay, so you can see there are a whole lot of currencies here. Okay, all right, so but let me just change it to USD first, I think, so that to make it more relatable. All right, so you can see now you can change it. So once you are done, you click on next. Now you can see the capital city legal I put. You can see there, it's just showing me what it's going to look like within the dashboard. So you can see it here. All right, so click on next. So now, what industry best describe your business? So let's look at it together. HR, remember I said it's a legal service. So HR, sales, marketing, finance, education, manufacturing, information technology, consulting firms. Consulting might want to work, but let's see. Customer support, hospitality, real estate, travel, fitness. And then they have others. Okay, I didn't see anything that has to do with legal. The one that might want to look similar is consulting, but it's not, it's too broad. Okay, so let me just click on others. And then now before you click on others, depending on what you choose here, you see that the options, what specific need are you trying to address? So if I select fitness now, personal training, nutrition consultation, fitness assessment. If I select education, here I'm having education consulting, parent-teacher meeting, student process, and then counseling. If I select sales, so you can see here, but let me just select others, and then let me say legal service or law firm. Okay. Okay, legal service should work fine. So legal services, then I click on next. Okay. All right, so now it's asking your available time. Okay, so here you can select your time zone. I'm just going to leave it like that. Then your available times. Okay, so let's say what that's the time that you're also going to be available to start accepting appointments. Okay, so this is what it actually means. So from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. by default. So if you want to change it, you can just come over here and change it. So let's say I want to change it from 10 a.m. to probably 5 p.m. or let's just say to 4 p.m. Okay, so your available days, is it Monday to Friday? If you want Sunday, you can also check in Sunday. But don't worry, whatever options you pick here, there's an option also once you create your account, I mean within your dashboard rather, that you can change it. So if you pick an option here and you're not okay with it, you can easily change it. Okay, and if you have a special date, that's one of the great things about Zoho Booking. If there's a special day in the week, a special day of the week that you want to have a different timing. Maybe, for example, you want to include Saturday, but your Saturday you want to be available from 10 a.m. to probably 2 p.m. instead of 4 p.m. There's an option to do that within the system, but for now, you can just pick it here. So let's click on next. So how would you like to label your event type? Okay, all right, so you can see now, based on the fact that we mentioned legal service, now you can see that it's giving us an idea. You can see court case, lawyers, and the likes. Okay, all right, so how would you like to label your event type? So I want to call it consultation. Okay, so you just give it a name that's best fits. All right, so that's one of the customization that it offers, custom labels. So how would you like to label your team members? You can see by default it has mentioned them as lawyers. Okay, so what this basically means is that you can also bring in team members, okay, into your Zoho Booking account. All right, so you're still going to, but let me mention it now. What it means is that once you start creating an appointment and booking, you can create it such a way that, for example, I want to call them lawyers, is that I can have different lawyers within the booking system such that I will assign different booking or different appointments to them based on their area of specialization. Okay. All right. So let's click on create. You can see awesome. Let's book your first appointment. All right. So by default, so you need to take note, by default, they've created one appointment. Okay. So let me just close this. All right, so this is what the dashboard currently looks like. Okay, you can see pretty much straightforward, not too much distraction. So this is it, capital city legal service. So you can also add another workspace, okay, that which allows you to switch between workspace. So you can see it here, switch workspaces. But we are only going to be working with capital city legal. So what this actually means is, I hope we'll be able to create another one. Is you can switch. For example, I have this capital city legal. Maybe I want to have another one. Let's call this capital city HR. All right. So for maybe for human resource, and so we are still going to make use of it just to make sure that you understand everything that's going on within this. Okay. So let me switch back to the capital legal services. Okay. So now once we are in our dashboard, like you can see, we have this default kind of appointment created or meeting type created for us by default. Okay. But we are still going to create ours. So one thing I like to do once I'm doing a review on this is to go to our settings and see the options that we have here. So you can see this is the account here to show your name, your emails, and then it's telling us that we are currently on the premium trial. If you understand, once you are signing up for the first time, remember we have 14 days free or 15 days. You know, you are going to be put on the premium plan. Okay. All right. So now let's come over here. Let's click on this gear icon and then let's look at some of the basic information. Okay. So this is it, capital city legal service. Now let's edit. Let's click on edit so that we can add some information here. So this is it. This is where you're going to put your email. And if you want to put in your phone number, okay, so let's see. Put in your currency. Now your start of the week, you put it, your time format, you put it, Zoho branding. If you want to put Zoho branding, now if you don't understand anything and then you see this icon here, you can just hover over it. So keep or hide powered by Zoho Booking text from the footer of your booking page. So I want to disable it. All right. So custom field for in-app booking. Okay. So let me just leave this as hide. Now there's another thing I want to add. I want to add the logo. Okay. So if you want to put in a logo, which is advisable, just click here and then you'll be able to put in your logo. You can see upload a logo. So let me do that. All right. So this is the logo I want to use. So I'll bring it in. So let me just crop it. And I click on upload. So once this is done, you can go ahead and just click on save to save that. So the next thing is to come over to business hours. All right, so now on the business hour, you can see it here, working hours. So if you click on customize working hours, now remember I mentioned earlier, this is the working hours I mentioned earlier that we can customize it within the account, and this is it here. So you can see we selected Monday to Friday. So now I want to add Saturday. So I can include Saturday and I want to adjust it that, okay, for Saturday, I want to be available from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Okay, so you can see this option was not available when signing up. Okay, so this is where you can modify it proper. All right, so you can see it here. And if you want to change any day here, this is where you can do it for a particular day. Maybe on a Tuesday, you want to have a separate day for Tuesday, or for Thursday, you want to have a separate availability time. You can also do that right here. So once you are done, do make sure you save all of these settings, okay? All right, so that is for working hours. Now for special working hours, so if you want to add special working hours, you can do that here. If you want to add unavailability, so if you click on add now, so you can see it here. Maybe there's a particular day that you have to be unavailable. Okay, so what is there that it will just pick it out. It will not affect these settings. Okay, but on that particular day, you will not be available. People will not be able to book an appointment with you on that particular date. So you can see it here from maybe on this date to this date, and then you can put in a reason why you won't be available. So it will block out those dates on your booking page. Then special working hours, if you want to add the special working hours, so you can also do that right here. Okay. So now if you look at custom domain, if you want to create a custom domain, now by default, now this is what it's going to look like. Okay. So this is the link that people are going to use to come over to your booking page. But if you want to use a custom domain, you can just do that here. Okay, it's a quite simple process. All right. So here is lawyers. So now you can see I currently have just myself as lawyer here. So if I want to bring in more lawyers or more users into this account, I can easily do that. So I'll just click here on add lawyer. Okay, so the reason why it's showing me lawyer is because remember that was the name that it asked us that what do we want to call our staff. I think I've forgotten that it mentioned it, and then we selected lawyers. Okay, so if I want to add more users, so you can see it here. So let's say I want to bring in another person into it. So let me select this, and then so I want to add the person. You can see the workspace. I created 2 workspace. This is the second one that we created. I want to add this person under, okay, maybe under the Capital City Legal Service. I also want to add this person under Capital City HR. So you can see it here. So you can select which of the workspace do you want to add this new person into. Then what is their role? So your admin, workspace, admin, manager, staff, you can see. So you can give them, so maybe I want to add this person as a manager, or let's just say as a staff. So now click on invite. So what happens is that the person will receive an email to accept the invite. So you can see invited. Okay. So there are other options here, modules. If you click on workspace, so these are the workspace. This is where you can create more workspace. So then we have resources. So if you want to put in resources, so you can say add resources like conference room and equipment so customers can book them. Then in-person location. So what this in-person location means is that you can, if you want to do in-person meetings or appointments, so you can just put in the locations here that it will make it easier when you are creating a booking. So let's do it and then you understand what I'm saying. So let's say I want to put, so let me call it head office, or let me say the name of the location is our head office. So how to reach this location? Let me put an address. So let's say the office is somewhere in Victoria Island, Lagos. So there's a reason why I need to go through some of these settings. I know some other tutorials might not go this deep, but I want to make sure that you create everything and you set it up right. Okay. All right. So let me, I want to do one editing here. So I want to include it under, okay, it's under this now. Okay. Oh, Victoria Island. Okay, that's a mistake. So that's it here. Now, for this part where you have customers, once you start accepting appointment, here you're going to find details about your customers, their name, their email, and their phone number. Okay. So this is where you're going to see reports. So once you start also getting bookings and appointments, you're going to be seeing report like number of bookings, how much of paid bookings are you getting, how much of free bookings, how much are you making? I mean, how much have you getting the revenue from your meetings and the likes. All right. So now this is for integration. Please take note of this. This is where you are going to add integrations. Okay, so you can see we have the most popular calendar, video conferencing, CRM, payment, SMS, and the likes. Now, let me click on the most popular. So the meaning of these integrations is these are some added apps that will make your booking system very easy. Now, what it means now you can see for video conferencing, if you should connect any of these, we need to connect whichever one you want to use. Maybe you want to use Zoom or Google Meet. This will allow you to accept video conference, okay, to do video meeting. Okay, you need to connect at least one of these to be able to do video meeting. Exactly. So that's the meaning of integration. Now if you come down to CRM and sales, so these are some other CRM. Okay, so you can see push customers and meeting details to Zoho CRM, create contact and events in Biggie. So these are different CRM that you can also connect with your Zoho account. Now for payment, now if you want to accept payment, okay, maybe you want to do paid meeting, paid appointment. For you to be able to accept payment, you need to connect a payment gateway. So this is where you're going to connect a payment system. Okay, now we have Authorize.net, Fort, PayPal, Mercado Pago, Stripe, Razorpay, and then we have to checkout. Now, if you don't connect any of these, you won't be able to accept payment. So to do it is very much easy for any of them. Just click on connect. For example, if you want to connect Stripe, so click on connect. So here you select your current your country. So you ask select your country and then your currency. So let me use USD for this. And then you click on save. So with this now, you'll be redirected to Stripe account. So you need to make sure that you already have an account with Stripe, okay? So it's pretty much straightforward. Once you select your country, you select your currency, you'll be taken to your Stripe dashboard. So if you don't have an account, you create an account and then you just link it. It's pretty much easy, okay? Even though I didn't show that, but it's pretty much easy. And if it's PayPal you want to use, you can just come over here, connect your PayPal. You just need to enter your emails and then every other information that you need. Whatever information that they will need is within your PayPal dashboard. So you need to log in into your PayPal, get those information and then provide it, and then you'll be able to link it. All right. So now with Zoho, now you can also send SMS. Okay, maybe you can also send SMS to those that book an appointment with you. So maybe your customers or your clients or those that you want to have meeting with, you can send them an SMS maybe as a form of reminder or as a form of follow-up. So for you to use that feature, you need to connect at least one of these SMS integrations apps, okay, to allow you to send SMS. All right. Then we also have all these other extensions and apps that you can also connect. So if you need any of these, you'll find them within the integration options here. So that is what this place is. So don't forget to come here. You need to click on this gear here, and then you see it under Admin Center, and then you scroll down. All right, so I need to make sure I touch all of this. So there are some other things that you might need to check out here, but I won't be going through it again. You have custom labels. Okay, so this is event type. If you want to edit it, now remember where we put in lawyers as the name of our user. So if you want to change it, you can do that here. Your results, if you want to change it, if you want to change your event type, maybe you want to change it from consultation. Remember, when signing up, we named it consultation. So if you want to change it here, this is the singular, and then this is the plural name for it. Okay, so if you want to change it, you can do that here. All right, then in product notification, so these are when you receive an appointment, notify me when somebody schedule an appointment or cancel an appointment. Okay, so I also want to get a notification when somebody reschedule. Okay, so as a lawyer, notify when it is created, edited. So these are the information that you want to receive. Okay, so you can just check them appropriately, and then once you are done, that is it on here. So then for roles and permission, okay, so this is where you can give everybody a role and the permission that they have. So this is where you can do that. So everything within Zoho is just self-customizable. So for privacy, anti-spam disclaimer is enabled, HIPPA is enabled. Okay, so all of this is okay with it. So if you want to do any export, if you want to export anything, maybe all the information in your Zoho account, you can do that from here. All right, so with this now, I've walked you through all the options here. Okay, all the options that is here. Very important. Once you create an account, make sure you get everything right. So now let's go back to our dashboard now. So now that we've done all of those, now let's go ahead and create our first consultation. Remember I named it consultation, so let's create a consultation. So to do that, just click on this plus here so you can see it here. So if you're finding value, please give the video a thumbs up. Now, if you can see here, we have different type of consultation that we can create. So the meaning of consultation is the kind of bookings, you can call it bookings, the kind of appointment, okay, that's your client or your customers or the other person can select from your booking page. All right, so now we have one-on-one. So you can say ideal for support call, client meeting, and any one-to-one meeting. Okay, so we also have group bookings, ideal for workshop, webinar, and classes. Okay, so that means yourself and a lot of other people can book for it. All right, and then we have collective booking, ideal for panel interview, board meeting, and any many-to-one meeting. All right, so you can see this is just like the opposite of the group meeting. Okay, group meeting is you can see it here, just you and a list of other people. Maybe you want to address them, like you can say webinar classes and the likes. But collective is the other way around. So maybe panel interview, board meeting, and many-to-one. Okay, this is good if you are offering interview or HR purpose. Okay, and then results, ideal for conference room booking and equipment rentals. Okay, so but for the purpose of this tutorial, and if you look at these two now, we have a one-time and reoccurring. Okay, so you need to be sure of whichever one you want to pick. So maybe you want your customer, your client, or whoever you want to do to be able to just do a one-time booking. If you want it to be reoccurring, you can also select the reoccurring. The meaning of reoccurring is maybe if they should do a meeting with you, you want to be having a meeting every week or every month or every day for a particular period. So that's the meaning of reoccurring. This actually makes it much more easier for if you feel like reoccurring is what you actually need. Okay, but for this now, let's just go to one-on-one meeting and then one time. All right, so consultation title. So let me say what this is. Since it's a legal service, let me call this family law consultation. Okay. All right, so the duration is talking about how long do you want the meeting to be? So 30 minutes. So let me just say I want it to be 45 minutes. Okay. Then the price, do you want it to be a paid or a free? Okay. So you can see, let's say I want to do a free. So if you are doing paid, so you need to take notes that if you want to do paid, you need to make sure you have connected a payment system like I showed you earlier. Maybe you have connected your Stripe or your PayPal or your authorized pay or your 2Checkout, whichever one, and then you set it up. Okay. So once you select pay, you select the amount you want to charge here, but let me stick with free. Okay. So then meeting mode, you want to do it online. So if you are doing it online, so you can see this is where you are going to select which of the platform you want to do it. Is it via Zoom? Is it via Google Meet? Is it via Zoho Meetings? Okay, so you can see that I didn't select any of them while we're on the integration page. Okay, while we're on the integration page, I didn't connect any of them. So that's why I'm not seeing any option here. But if I've connected, maybe I've connected Google Meet now, I'll be able to select Google Meet. All right, but now let me select offline. Now, remember the location I created earlier, head office. So I hope you remember now. So you can see now this is an offline location. All right. So let me just select this. So that's why at first I made sure that we went to the settings page and do all the settings. So it makes every other thing easier. Now let me also add an image to the family law consultation. So make sure there's an image there. All right, so I've just put in a random image here. All right, so now that we've put in all this information, just click on next. Okay, so now it's asking you to assign lawyers. All right, so I currently have just myself here. So I just put it in here. So if you have a list of other lawyers there, remember I also showed you where you can add more lawyers, like that's more users. Okay, so once you have them here, as many as possible, you can select whichever lawyer you want to assign to this particular service, okay, or to this particular consultation, so that once the client book for it, is that particular lawyer that you assigned here or that particular user that will also receive a notification. You as an admin also will also receive a notification. There's an option there within the dashboard where you can select, yeah, that under notification. I think we went through that too earlier, where you're going to select if you also want to receive a notification, okay? So once you've selected your user, just click on create consultation. All right, so you can see this is the one that we've just created now, but that's not the end. There are still some other options that we need to do, but let me click on the share now. So let me copy. Now, once you have created it, now you can see that it's embed as widget. So if you want to embed it on your website or on a particular page, this is the code you are going to copy, okay? All right, but if you want to get the link, this is just the link you are going to use. So let me open this in an incognito window. All right, so this is what our page currently looks like. You can see family law consultation. This is the name of the lawyer. That's myself acting as the lawyer to offer the service. Then this is where they can select the dates. So you can see it here. Okay, and then the time. Okay, so remember it's a 40 minutes, and we said that on a our availability time is to 5 or 4. So you can see it here. So this is the time. Once they select the time, they can go ahead and book an appointment. Now, with the way this is looking like, you can also customize it. Okay, we are still going to get there. All right. All of these also, you can also change them. We are still going to get there. So now let's come back here. Now, there are still some more features that you can add to this. So just click on it so you can see here. Let me close it. So once you have gone through the phase of creating it like this, the way it is now, go through the first step, just go ahead and click on it. You see that there are more options. You can see it. There are more options that we can add to it. So let's start from the consultation details. So if I click on edit now, so you can see this is the name. Now we said it's a free, the timing, offline. Then it is active. If you want to make it inactive, you select inactive. So let's scroll down. Now this is where we have add a description about what this particular consultation is all about. So let me put in a short description and say, all right, so I've put in this description. So need legal advice for family related issues. So this should be a question mark. So our team of professional family lawyer or lawyers anyway is available to attend to you. All right, so just put in something here and then you click on save. Okay, so we are done with this. Now let's come to assigned lawyers. So you can see this is where you also need to edit the assigned lawyers, or maybe you want to add more lawyers to assign, or you want to delete a particular lawyer. This is where you can do it for a particular service. Is that clear? So now for availability, this is where you're going to set up your availability. Okay, so you can see family law consultation follows availability based on staffs. Okay, so if you want to do, if you want to edit anything here based on the availability, you can do that here. Okay, so this availability will work for this particular service. If you want to change the availability time and the availability dates, okay, so you can do that here. So we don't have anything to do here. Now, so for scheduling rules, all right, so these are another important options. Now, we have buffer time. So what this means is we have two types. We have pre-buffer and then post-buffer. Now, extra time before an appointment, while post-buffer, extra time after an appointment. What this means is more like a break in between appointments. Okay, remember that this one now, we said 45 minutes. So that means this appointment will be, let's say, from 10 a.m. to 10:45. So by default now, that means the next meeting will start from 10:45 to 11:30. Okay, for another 45 minutes. Let's say another person booked for the second session for the day. Okay, so but you'll notice that there is no break. So with this buffer time now, it allows you to add some minutes. If you understand, you can say extra time added before an appointment. So basically, it allows you to either rest or prepare for the next meeting. All right. So let's say I want to add one of them, maybe pre-buffer or post-buffer time. So let me make it a post-buffer time. So let me make it 10 minutes. Okay, so let me just leave it at 10 minutes. Okay, so then booking notice. So what this means is minimum booking notice. Select, shortest notice required to avoid last minute booking. Okay, so how many minutes or how many hours or how many days before a particular booking time can somebody book? Okay, so that's the meaning. So maybe I want it to be 24 hours. Okay, if it's 24 hours, that's 1 day. So that means you have to give me a 1 day notice before you can actually book a meeting. If you want it to be 2 days, if you just want it to be some hours, okay, depending on how available you are, okay, so you can do that. Then maximum booking notice. So how far in advance an appointment can be booked, okay? So how far ahead can somebody book, okay? Maybe today is on the 1st and somebody wants to book an appointment with me in 2 weeks time or in 1 month's time. So this is where you can put in all of those information. So let's say I want to just do 14 days. Okay, so you can just put anything that works for you. All right. So scheduling interval. So the interval between each appointment start time. Okay, so if you don't understand this, you can just click here. So you have two options: adjusted slot and then fixed slots. Okay, so this basically means how the timing will appear on your booking page. Okay, so you can use the adjusted time slot and then you can use the fixed time slot. So let me just use the fixed time slot. That means the time that they can pick is, since I'm doing from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. is my available time. So that means they're going to be seeing something like 10 a.m., 10:15, 10:30, 10:45, 11, like that. That's for fixed slots. Then, but for adjusted time slots, they are going to be seeing something like 10 a.m., 10:50. Remember, we've added 10 minutes as the buffer time, 10:50, like that, like that, like that. Okay, so that's the meaning here. All right. So once you have put in all of this, cancellation and reschedule window. So how much time before an appointment can be rescheduled or cancelled? Okay, so you can put in there, maybe before you can reschedule an appointment, you have to do that. Maybe let's say 12 hours before that particular appointment is when you can either reschedule or cancel. So all these are personal things based on your schedule. That is, based on how available you are, you can do all of this setup. All right. So now let's move to the next one, which is notification. There's no option to save here, but the options have automatically saved in. So notification preference. All right. So to customers now, remember this is notification. So once they book an appointment, okay, send customized email updates to customers at every stage of an appointment. So now this is one great thing about Zoho. You don't need to disturb yourself about all these things. So once you have set it up and you select this option, then everything will work automatically. Now, number one is the booked. So once somebody book an appointment, they are going to receive a message. Okay, they are going to receive an email, and this is the email here. So if you want to disable it, you can disable it, but it's advisable to leave it so that. And if you want to see what the email look like, if you click on edit, so you can see it here. If you say I, customer name, you have scheduled an appointment with, and to mention the staff name for a particular service, to mention the service for this one, and to mention family law consultation on the appointment date at this. You can see this is what the message. And if you want to edit anything here, you can edit it. Okay, all right. But if you want to insert some of this variable, all this service name, appointment date. So if you look at it here, insert variable, you can see there are a whole lot of them here. That is if you want to customize this particular message. Okay. All right, so once they book an appointment, this is the message. If they should reschedule, this is message. If they cancel, this is it. Once they are done, this is, if you want to enable this, you can enable this also. All right, so if you also scroll down as a reminder too, if you also want to send them a reminder, so you select, okay, 30 minutes before, remind customers of their upcoming appointment. If you want to, maybe you want to send them 30 minutes before, if you want to add another one, okay, maybe 2 hours. Okay, let me say this second one should be 24 hours. 24 hours before the meeting. Maybe you also want to send them another one. Maybe, you understand, just like that. All right. So this is how you do it. Okay. So now to lawyers, that's to the person that is going to offer the service also, they are also going to receive email. Okay. So if you also want them to receive an email that, okay, when somebody book an appointment, you can say send customized email update to users at every stage. Okay. So I want to make sure that the user received an email that somebody has booked for the service, okay, so that it can also be, even though they are going to get a notification from the app, okay, but it's also advisable to make sure they get email notification. So when a meeting is rescheduled, an appointment, when it is cancelled, I also want to enable this, okay, and also reminder, okay, so they also need to have a reminder. So make sure all of this is properly set up, and then so that has been saved also. So you can also configure your email, send from, email, reply to, and then if you want to do a carbon copy or something like that, okay, so this, you can do that here. Now this is for email. You can also do the SMS version. So if you select SMS now, if you also want to send SMS to the customers and to lawyers, all right, so but the reason why we can't do that, you can see, to send SMS, first integrate an SMS gateway and enable it. Remember, during when we are looking at integration, there is option to integrate some SMS gateway. We didn't actually select any of that, so we can't really do that right here. All right, so but once you configure that, you'll be able to do that. All right, so now let's go to the booking form. So basically, the booking form talks about some of the information that you want to get from the customer. Okay, now let's go back to the booking page. Let's see. Okay, I've closed it, but okay, let me still open it. All right, so let's say we have selected all of this information. I click on book now. So you can see that by default, these are the information that is asking me, just my name, my email, and my phone number. That's all. But let's say I want to also get more information from the client or from the person I want to hold a meeting with, okay? From the client, from the customer, or from the person. You can see instead of just the name, the email address, and the phone number. So this is where you are going to put in those information. You can see the booking form, email, phone number, and that's all. Okay, name, email, and phone, and contact phone number. So let's say I want to add more field. So you can see we have single line, multiple line, email, checkbox, radio button, drop down, and dates. Okay, so the meaning of single line is if you want to get an information that is just, let's say, in one sentence or in one line. But if you want to get information that has to do with multiple line, multiple sentence, if you want them to drop email, checkbox means that they can select more than one options from as many options as possible. Radio button means they can just select only one option. Okay, so that means let me use one of them now. So let's say I want to get their gender now. So let's say gender. That would be male. You're either a male, and then let me click on this plus. The second option is female. Okay, and then you can also select it to be compulsory or mandatory. All right, so I click on add. You can see we've added one field. Now maybe I also want to add another field. Maybe I want to make this a multiple line, and then I'll say, for this now I want to say give a summary of your case. Let me use it like that. So I also want this to be mandatory. I click on add. So let's say I want to also add another field. So this time around, let's say it's the best option here is still radio box, but for that checkbox, so let me just name this checkbox so that you can understand what I'm talking about. So for checkbox now, so let me call this option 1. Let me call this option 2. And let me call this option 3. So I also want this to be mandatory. So I just want to show you how this checkbox works so that you can understand the difference between checkbox and radio box. Remember, for gender, we use radio box. All right. So this is how you can go ahead to add more feed. So you can see we've gone through all the options. All right. So let me click on share. So let me copy it. All right. So with that, now we've been able to create this and do all the necessary configuration. So let me go back and let's see what it looks like. I think the link should be the same thing. So more like refreshing the page. Okay. All right, so this is it. And then you can select the date. So remember we said, I see, is it 14 days in the future that someone can book an appointment? So you can see that anything after on the 5th, you can't pick any appointment. You can't book an appointment with us because this marks it as after that 14 days period that we selected. Okay. So after that, on the 5th, you can't book an appointment with us. All right. So that's because we've selected that you cannot book anything more than 15 days into the future. Okay. So let's say book an appointment. All right. So you can see it here now. The field we've just added, gender, male or female. So you can see this is for radio box, radio button. You can only select one. Now you can see give a summary of your case. So this is where they are going to put in maybe a summary about the case, based on the information that you need. Okay. And then this is for checkbox. So for checkbox now, so you can see that I can decide to select all the options. I can select one, I can select two, I can select everything. Okay, so that's the meaning of checkbox. That's the difference between checkbox and radio box. So radio box allows you to select just one out of all the options. All right. So that is it for that. So now let's continue. So that is it on this consultation. Now let's look at workflow. So we have the email workflow. The workflow is just similar to what we looked at earlier. So you can see send a thank you message, send feedback email, send follow-up email, send a thank you, send SMS. So if you say send a thank you email, so you can see send a thank you email, occurrence after maybe 15 minutes for this one now. So you can see that means you want to send them an email, a thank you email after the meeting has ended, maybe 15 minutes after the meeting has ended, you want to send them a thank you email. So you can also just customize the templates. There's a template already. You can see, I thank you for taking time to attend this so appointment. If you have any question or need more information, regards. So you can see these are automations that you can just have within that Zoho Booking offers to make everything easy. In fact, sometimes the client will think that this person really shows that they enjoyed my time, or they really value me and they have good customer support, or they have good customer relation. They might not know that these are automated things. Okay, send feedback email, send follow-up email. Okay, maybe after your first meeting you also send them a follow-up email. Maybe you want the email should go to them after maybe 2 days, or maybe after 1 day. Okay, so you can see, okay, that will be 24 hours. After 24 hours, okay, so you can see there's also a template here. You can check out the templates and then you can modify it as appropriate. Okay, so that is what this workflow is for. This is for email, this is for SMS, and then if you want to create a custom workflow. All right, so this is lawyers. So this is where you can also add more users to your Zoho account. And then now for the booking page. So now let's take a look at the booking page. Okay. So if you want to see your booking page, if you click here to open page. So here is what our booking page currently looks like. And now if you want to customize this, you want to change it from this. So let's come back here. So you can see it here. You can see themes and layouts. All right, so this is just a preview. You can see this what we are having here. This is it here. All right. So there are different layouts. So you can see this layout here. This is one layout here. This is classic. And then this is fresh. Okay. So whichever one you think it's okay for you. Okay. So but for me, I can either choose between the new layout and then the classic layout. All right. So it's a matter of preference anyway. So if you also want to change the color, so if you want to change the color, so you can see here. So once you change the color, okay. All right. So once you are done, do make sure you save. So maybe you want to use a color that match your brand or your service. Now, if you want to also change the header, so you can see, enter your title, all right? So if I should change the title now, just look at where it's going to change here. So if I call this, so I don't need to change the title because the title will just alter this capital city legal service, which is okay. So I think this is the same logo that it will also appear here. All right, so that is it for that. And then now let's look at the footer. Okay, so the footer, now if you scroll down, you can see where we have your info. So this is where you can put in your phone number. Okay, then your email. If you want to put in your email address, you can put in your Facebook link, your Instagram link, so that it can appear at the footer. Okay, then we also have page properties. All right, so this is what I'm looking for. So this page properties is this information here where you say welcome, book your appointment in few simple steps, choose the service, pick your date, and fill your details. See you soon. So if you want to change all of this, okay, this is where you can change it. If you want to change this from something else, you can change it here. Then background image, if you also want to put in a background image, you can just put it here. All right, so once you are done, do make sure you save. Then workspace property, let's see. Language based on customer's location. So if you want to switch your page to a different language, so it's better you leave it on based on customer's location. Okay. All right. So then reorder service. All right. So you can also put this here. So basically, this is how you can go ahead and customize your booking page. Okay. So once you are done, I think everything saves automatically. Okay. You can see there's an option to save it at each point. All right. So let's go back. So let me refresh and see if some of those changes actually took effect. All right, so you can see now, based on these changes, so if you, let's say we want to select this. So you can see then, you can select the dates and then the timing that we want to book that particular appointment. And then we can take it off from there. So you can see it. So enter your details, the name, email, phone number. Remember this field that we selected the gender, the summary, and then the checkbox option. So once this is done, you can go ahead and schedule the appointment. Okay. So now with this, now we've been able to go through all the options that is available within the Zoho Booking. We've gone through the settings, we've gone through all of this. Okay. So the next thing I want to just do before we round up this tutorial is for me to do a text booking. Now let's say, let me fill in all of this information. Now let me book this appointment as a client or as a customer that I want to book for a legal service. So let me show you what the emails is going to look like. You are going to receive an email. The client is also going to receive an email. Remember, I selected that option that once an appointment is being booked, you, the customers is going to receive, and then you as the service provider, that's the lawyer, you're also going to receive it. All right. So let me quickly fill this. But meanwhile, let me know if you find value in this video. If you do, please give the video a thumbs up. Okay, and also let me know what kind of service do you intend to use this Zoho Booking for? What kind of service do you provide? What kind of industry do you serve that you want to use this Zoho Booking for? So let me know in the comments section. All right, so I've gone ahead to do the booking. You can see appointment confirmed with, that's the name of the lawyer or the service provider. Okay, and this is the date and the time. The location is showing me the location. All right, so there's an option to book another service. So now let me go to my email and as the service provider and also as the client that booked this service and see what it looks like. And also within the Zoho dashboard and see what we are going to be having there. All right, so now within your Zoho dashboard, you can see it here. And you can see this is the one I've just booked now. Family consultation, this is it. So if you click on it now, you see the details about it. Okay, so you're going to see the notification within it here, and if you want to see how it looks like on your calendar, so you want to click on your calendar here. So you can see it here to appear in your calendar. That's okay. From this also time you're having an appointment with someone. Okay, so you can see it here. So now let's look at the email. So now in terms of the email, so this is the email you are going to receive as a service provider. That's like you are the one that wants to offer the service. Okay, so you can see it here. Hi dear Prosper Agbleze. Oh, I still use the same name. So to tell you the name of the client, I scheduled an appointment with you for family or consultation on this so dates. You understand? Then your invoice number, this is it. So location details, head office. Remember, this is the information we added earlier. So good luck. So this is it. Now, as the clients that book that appointment with you, they will also receive an email. So this is what their email will look like. So you can see, hi there, you have scheduled an appointment with That is the name of the lawyer, or the name of the service, and then the date. Now, the reason why I'm mentioning this one that I highlighted is these are variables that was part of the template I showed you. I don't know if you can still remember. Okay, so also the number, then see you soon. All right. So with that, guys, I've been able to walk you through everything that has to do with Zoho Booking. If you have any question, let me know in the comment section. I hope you find value in this. I hope you've been able to gain a lot from this video. I think it's a pretty long one, but I want to make sure I touch everything. So if you do, please, again, give the video a thumbs up. And if you're yet to subscribe, please take out time to click on that subscribe button. And like I asked earlier, let me know what kind of service do you offer? What do you intend to use Zoho Bookings for? So let me know in the comment section below. So don't forget to get started. I'm going to leave a link in the description of this video or somewhere below the video. Just make sure you use the link. It might be an affiliate link, so but you just be using it at no extra cost to you. If you use it, no extra cost to you. Okay. All right. So guys, thank you very much. Again, please subscribe, give the video a thumbs up. And with that, guys, I'll see you all in another video. Bye for now.